is I'm very excited to bring these series back, only because I see you guys, when I see you guys implement and we go ahead and rehearse and practice of it, the reason for Technical Thursday is because we're going to go down to the technicality of things. We're going to go down into um, how to present the information, how to talk to your client about it. But here's something different that maybe some of you have not experienced in our sessions if you were not part of um, closing Closers Academy is the interaction. We're going to do a lot of role playing. We're going to do a lot of back and forth because how you practice is how you play. I tell my kids, all right? How you show up to practice is how you show up in game day, right? None of this like, oh, I'm going to slack off because it's practice. No, sir. No, sir. It's not. Sorry, I thought I was talking to my boys for a little bit. All right, no, guys. All right, how we practice is how we play, right? Which means is you do not want to be practicing with the client, right? Because you have one shot. You have one shot with the client. Either you take it, right? Or you go ahead and mess up, and there goes that opportunity. Yes, it's going to make you better. Don't get me wrong. You're going to learn, but do you want to learn at that cost, right? Do you want to learn at the cost of losing a potential good client? I don't know about you, but I'm not, right? I'm not. You just never know. So, we're gonna go ahead and get started. But here is something I want to go ahead and have Maddie share from the very first series that she attended, Technical Thursdays. As I bring up my PowerPoint, Maddie, if you would like to share
Yeah.
what you got from last sessions, what is it that you learned, and the outcome that you got from it.
Hi, everybody. Happy Thursdays. Let me tell you guys, I'm the most excited one of the Technical Thursdays. When I first joined the business in 2022, they had these classes, Technical Thursdays, and it was the favorite day of the week for me. Everything that I learned and like at the beginning, like everything that I know, I learned in these Technical Thursdays. It's like it was like hands-on. So for me, and I was just texting in the group chat that we had that I still have my notes from 2022 that I started, and I go back to them sometimes. So you guys, I'm so excited for all of you guys that are here giving this opportunity to yourselves to become better, to become CFT, certified field trainer. I got to certified field trainer, I believe it was like in 3 months of attending these technical Thursdays every week, once a week.
Mm.
So I'm so excited. Thank you, Crystal, for bringing it back and sharing it with everybody else.
Of course, thank you for sharing. So we're gonna jump right into it. When it comes into Technical Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead, since it's our first session, I want to go ahead and prep you guys for it because there is some material that you will need for every Thursday come this far. Okay, so make sure you have a notebook ready to take notes, right? Because there's material you guys will need to get ready. Maybe adjust your Thursdays evening if you want to maximize your time
Hey, look,
here, right? And I do
water.
appreciate the time that you are here because we all take time away from maybe prepping dinner at a certain time, maybe you have a commitment. But here's the thing is, I want you guys to, as you are in the agency, as you are in the business, to maximize and not be like, oh, it's been another year. I've been paying this platform fee and I barely even sold two policies. Like, I don't want that to be you, right? I don't want that to be you. So in order for that not to be you, right, a year from now, would be in order for you to be like, okay, yeah, I maximize and I'm making money. I like the platform. I like the industry. Is the effort that we put in, right? It's how is it that we prep for it. It's all mindset. So, um, one thing that I can say is if I know there's a certain class like ETA, for those of you that are part of ETA, that I'm going to get majority of the information. I either do breakfast earlier, I have lunch ready right after so that I'm not distracted, right? I coordinate with everybody. Kids are taken care of, like, hey, this is where I'm going to be at. Have conversations with your loved ones, Have conversations of what is the outcome of this. Okay, so that everybody's on the same page and they're supporting you because you communicated with them. The training objective today, we will be doing a small breakout room session today so you guys can get the feels of it, of what to expect of it. But here is the whole objective is to identify clients' needs and crucial effective to give them an effective life insurance solution to ensure financial security for their families overall. That is what we are here to identify a client's needs, right? Family protection and, of course, financial coverage overall. Your goal is to give that family that you're sitting down the assurance that you're protecting them, right? It's like when someone is trying to sell you something, like if they're bluffing, if they really mean it, right? So here's the thing is you want to be that person that they believe because you believe. And how is it that you increase your confidence? And think about it like a deposit is you're depositing that. It's about starting conversation. So the objective of these technical Thursdays, we're going to be going over how to start conversations as well. How to go ahead and initiate that. But what I'm going to need on your side is when we have the sessions, it's going to be interactive. We're going to go into breakout rooms here in a little bit, right? And if those of you that logged in to listen, I completely understand. You can definitely listen. It's not like I'm going to kick you out because you're not interactive. But are you truly maximizing the opportunity at hand? That is the question to you. So we're going to be going over that, talking about key points about life insurance. We're going to be going over types of policies, the misconceptions, the benefits. Because why the misconceptions? Because there's so much information in this device. So much information that a client can just YouTube or TikTok and they can be like, well, Carmen, you're telling me this, but look at this person. They're saying this and this and this. Like they're saying this about IUL. Do you know how to come back at that rebuttal? Right? I do, let me tell you. And sometimes when they have that in the scenario that I have been put is, well, look at this cash value and they're saying it's no good and blah blah blah. I'm like, Mr. Client, is that client that they're talking about is 65 years old. I agree with them. And IUL is not good for that client. But it's good for you because you're 37. You're putting this much. You see, do you know what to say if someone shows you that? You're like, yes, I agree, that's correct. But look how that scenario is different than from you. Instead of taking the approach like, oh my God, like, and then you're all doubting yourself because now they have something saying the opposite of you. Guys, keep in mind that the more you know about your stuff, the more you're able to defend yourself. Okay, so these are what we'll be going over in Technical Thursdays to maximize the opportunity here. Okay. Of course, we'll be handling objections. This is one of the most important ones. The cost, concerns, perception of needing it, how to prepare them for life insurance, how to give information. But here's the thing. If you guys give me permission and give permission to the executive directors that will be assisting us here to be brutally honest to the point of constructive criticism, right? If you are hands down okay with that, and by all means, the agents that have been working with me, the EDs have been working with me, never, never, ever, ever am I here to make anybody feel belittled. Never at all. The point as to why I say, let's say, Lily, say it again. No, no, no. Stop right there. And I may interrupt you mid-sentence. But why do I interrupt you mid-sentence? Because how you started is not convincing me. And believe me, I'm very lenient at first, okay? So don't be like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be so hard. No, 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 no. That's not what I'm coming across. It's like, I say it in a manner, it said that it's like for your own good, right? For your own good. It's like my little boy Alonso, he always loves to help me cook. That being said, I was making pancakes the other day and he wanted to crack the eggs. And I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. And I always let him put in the half cup of water and oil, whatever, you know? But it's like I didn't want to interrupt him like as he was handling because, if it breaks, it breaks. It's gonna make a mess. But it's like I had to like kind of like no puppy, like stop, no. That's because I know what's about to happen because I know the interaction. So that's if we do that, if Mari does that, if Lily and Juan does that, like no, like I know you're saying it right, Monica, but let's give it another shot and let's in the beginning like change this, right? It that interaction right there. Do you think the client is going to tell you that if you're practicing with them? No, right? Here is to polish the axe. Okay. So, um, engaging with clients effectively, right? That's building trust for you guys to have a good book of business, to have good discussions with your clients overall. I think this one got repeated. Okay. Tools for success. And this is where I would want for you guys to write it and be prepared for next Thursday. Okay. Because we're going to be needing, you are going to be needing a whiteboard, either an easel or mounted on your wall, or a small dry erase board like this. This is my big one. Actually was cleaning it up for you guys, but I'm not going to use it today because you guys majority don't have one. Okay. This is my size. It's actually going to be mounted on there. So you guys, whenever I do next Thursday, you guys can be ready for it and you guys can see. But those of you that don't have this can also get a small one. Mari actually has one as an example to show of a small one to get. Something like that. You see Mari's screen? Why? Because we're gonna be like doing napkin presentations. We're gonna be doing did you guys get to see Mari's dry erase? Let me spotlight her. Something either small, sometimes they have them at Walmart. I do have a smaller size as well. And then as we do the drawing, there's one that we're going to be going over how to explain IULs with a drawing, how to explain annuities with the drawing. Let me ask you this. How many of you are visual learners? If you guys see it, you guys learn it faster. Okay. So that's a reason as to like, why aren't we doing that with our clients? You see that? So if that is the case, I need to show you how to explain an IUL to your client by drawing it out in a napkin presentation. Why it's called napkin presentation? Let me why is it called a napkin presentation? Because you can be at a gathering, it can be impromptu, at a coffee, having coffee with a friend, and all of a sudden you get someone that strikes you with the conversation like, hey, I saw you posted something about IUL on that, the flyer that you posted on Facebook. Like, what is that about? You can turn around a napkin and you can explain it, right? That is the preparation that the standard to get you guys to. And I know I can because I have, right, with agents here on the call. So dry erase, get some good markers, right? And of course your eraser to be drawing on it over and over and over. Okay. Have a good ring light. Please have a good ring light because for training, of course, if you get used to using it, you will use it with your clients on Zoom. You're like, oh, well, I have one, but I'll turn it on whenever I have a real client. You will forget when you have a real client because you don't get into the habit of using it. What did I say? How you practice is how you play. Who has that happen? Like, oh, I have a ring light, but I don't use it. It's like, come on. Irma, you weren't supposed to identify yourself. I'm just kidding. It's okay. But yes, a ring light and background setup in a professional manner where it's clean, right? You do not want to be, your bed in the background with a mountain of laundry. Please don't be that, okay? We all know we have laundry to fold, but don't be that person that turns on and then you see your bed with a bunch of laundry. Does it have to be a ring light? I have a desk lamp. It does a difference, Carmen, when it hits you in your face, right? So for example, I have a lamp, but check this out. You see the difference? Because the ring light, and I used to have a regular desk lamp that I use, but the desk lamp is used to be a desk lamp, and sometimes it gives off heat. I remember I started off with the regular lamp and I took off the shade. And by 30 minutes in, I was feeling that heat from that lamp. All right. A ring light is you turn on and it's a purpose to show light on you. So you can start off with that, but it's not the purpose because it sends off heat, a regular lamp, right? At the same time, you can find some really inexpensive ones for like 10, $20 at the most, and 20, I'm saying like the expensive ones, right? But you can find some good ones. So yes, have that set up professional, fully engage and giving your undivided attention. I went ahead and started off with that. If you know Thursdays nights are for this, right? To go ahead and prep ahead of time before or have something after, right? So that everybody in your family is in accordance and supporting you as to what is it that you're doing. Don't miss a training, as every training, it will be different techniques. Different techniques will be sharing. Um, After, right, the class keeps increasing, is there going to be new agents that want to go over term? And then you'll be like, whoa, Crystal, I already learned term and I'm good at term. How about we go into annuities? Like, I'm not going to be going over term with everybody all over again because two people joined the session, right? What's going to happen is we're going to have breakout rooms for the newbies coming in. All right. So as those newbies coming in, it's like, okay, we're going to be covering annuities today, but since this is your first time, you need to start with step one, which is going over term, right? So the reason for it is don't miss a session because we'll be going over different information. Okay. So today we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. Well, we have announcements after that, but we'll cover that here in a little bit. All right. Let me go ahead and do the breakout rooms. Any questions before I go into breakout rooms? Here. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, I think we are good. Okay, so we have one, two, three groups. No, let me start over. Let me do four. Okay, and then okay, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and go with, let's see here. Y'all gonna get an invitation. Go ahead and jump into your breakout room. Next session you will go. Yes. All right. Check your screen, see if you got an invitation, and go to your breakout room.